Hello, welcome back. It's Lorraine here with using up scraps again. Whenever we're doing journals or card making or any paper craft, we usually end up with the little offcuts from our work that we're doing, little pieces like this. And I tend not to throw any of it away. I tend to use most of it. And so what I'm going to show you today, what I quite often use up my scraps for, are for making tags. Gift tags or journaling tags, journaling cards, anything really to do with my card making and journal making. So I just thought I'd go through and show you some of the things that I would do. I tend to collage quite a lot of the tags that I use so that they'll fit in with most themes. So I'm just going to play and let you have a watch, join along if you can at the same time as me. So I'm terrible for not measuring things. I tend to do things by eye, and as you can see I'm using a pre-made tag. I'm just cutting around it. So there's one of them cut out. I'm not going to throw that because that'll make a nice small tag. But I'll throw the tiny little bits. So there we go. One tag, and I'm just going to use my corner punch and just round off the edges of that. There we go. So I can put that one back over there with my other tags, with my made tags. And I have a little box here, just a plastic box, filled with all loose bits of paper, all the little endy bits that don't always get used, but I don't like throwing them away. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to collage this, and then you can see what I do. It's quite nice. I like using old book pages, and maybe I shouldn't have done the corners until I'd finished this, but there we go. So yeah, I like using script papers and music papers, book pages, old book pages. I think they're quite interesting things and really add something to your tags or your journals or whatever. It's quite nice, isn't it? That one, I quite like that one. Just take that end off there, I don't like that end on there. And here we are with my good old vintage photo, and I'm just going to do the edge of this piece here. There's this piece. I was going to use glue stick, but this card's a little bit heavier, so I'm going to use my Cosmic Shimmer glue because that works better on heavier cards, helps them to stick. And of course it's not going to play now. I've just been using this, so it shouldn't be bunged up, but no, I'm going to have to use my needle. I always have this darning needle here. I don't mind doing. There we go. So then clean that off later. They soon bung up, don't they? If you leave your glue tops off, if you leave them unfastened, you can say goodbye sometime to some glue pots, can't you? So you must always try and remember. I usually have a pin at the top, but I haven't done with this new bottle of glue. So there we go, over the top. And that's the base of the tag done. and just need something a little colourful over the top. Let's see what we've got here. It's weird when you can't find the thing that you would like. This is paper that I've used and I've been using stamping, and I've had pieces of paper about. What I've done, I've put some of the stamping on a glass mat, which on a stamping mat, sprayed the colours with water and then just mixed them together using the paper. But these again are scrap bits of paper that I've done that with, so you end up with all these lovely little pieces of paper. Really nice. So again, not wasting much of anything. I haven't got a plan in mind for this, I'm just going along with it, which is sometimes you can do it and you make your best things. I tend to find if I'm thinking about something too much, then it doesn't happen, or I struggle more. Whereas if I just do this mindfulness crafting, where you just don't think about things too much, you just do them. Oh, can you hear my dogs? I'm guessing my husband's home, he's been out, and I'm guessing he's home now and they can hear the car just pulled up, and hopefully he won't come in shouting. I've left a note on the front of the door saying, I'm recording, please do not shout. So we'll see if he does, or if he just blindly walks through the door and doesn't see the... Sam, quiet. Good boy. Good boy. I have two dogs. I have Sam, who's the noisy one, the whingy one. He's a Cocker Spaniel, and we brought him to Greece when we came. He was only a puppy at the time. And he's settled in really well here. And the other one that we've got is Archie. And Archie is a rescue dog from here in Greece. Sometimes we do some fostering for the animal rescue centre here. It's amazing how many dogs and cats are abandoned here. And so sometimes we foster dogs for the charity. And Archie came along. He was about 6 weeks old. He was the tiniest little thing. And we just fell in love with him, so he stayed. He stayed. And he gets on well with Sam, our Cocker Spaniel. So Archie's they call him a terrier mix. I don't know what sort of dog he is, but he's a cute thing. So he stayed. So I think altogether we've maybe fostered, I don't know, 15, 20 dogs altogether. And it's a nice way of helping the charity. We did used to go to the shelter and feed all the cats, but then you fall in love with them and it's heartbreaking seeing them there. We have 4 cats. We did have 5. One of them's just vanished recently, so I'm guessing him at a sticky end somewhere. But you just fall in love with them. We ended up bringing one home. Rose, she's called. She's only a youngster. So we've just had her neutered. Luckily we have a few vets on the island, but one in particular who's become a friend of ours. He's a very good vet, and she will neuter stray females, and she doesn't charge for that. That's, you know, a bit to try and curb the population of Greek cats. Many people that come on holiday think that they're doing good by feeding the stray cats, but they just encourage the cats really to breed, because if there's food about, they'll breed more. So what we try and do is we try and catch the females and take them to the vets and have them neutered, and that way the population is kept in check a little bit, but it's still, you know, a problem on all Greek islands, not just here, not just on Kalymnos. So I think that's enough for that tag. I quite like that. And I don't have one of those fancy hole punch things, I just have an old-fashioned hole punch. That sometimes I get it in the centre and sometimes I don't. So there we go, there's one little tag, just decoupaged using your scraps. And you can decorate it with some blingy things. I'll just put some on just for effect. I'll just put a few on. So yes, so the charity that we've got on the island works hard, and a lot of the stray dogs go abroad. They go to Germany, a lot go to Germany, Poland, some go to Poland. It's difficult sending the dogs to Britain just because of the, you know, the strict rules about taking in animals. All of the animals that go have had full vet checks, they've had the rabies shots, and they go off either to foster homes abroad or look some of them are lucky and have homes already arranged for them. So there's one tag in no time at all. It's quite nice and it will fit with any theme really, so that's the first one. I do have some, here we go, that I've already cut from the scraps, so that's another one. Quite often what I do, I have this old notebook, and what I will do is I will back the tag with this lined paper, and then when it's used as a journaling card it's pre-lined. I'm getting distress ink everywhere off my fingers. Oh, I've still got my phone on, I haven't switched it on silent again. So, I guess it wasn't my husband, it may be my neighbours coming home that they got excited about, because he hasn't come in if it is him. And the dogs have gone quiet again, so I guess they've gone back to sleep again on the sofas. Spoiled dogs. But then, that's why you have them. So, that's the back of the card. So now, when I'm doing junk journals, it's a nice journal space. So the front of it, we'll decorate. I saw this before and I liked it, so I'm going to use this lovely paper that I've got from one of the, oh, it's nice on the back as well, from one of the books, one of the paper packs that I bought when I came to England last time, from the works. They have some wonderful paper packs, you know, the 12 by 12 papers in a book. Really good value. I think one of them I bought, it was £3, which is nothing, and I've had so much use out of it, it's amazing. So I'm going to put cosmic blue on, the cosmic shimmer blue on this, because it's a heavier card. A lot of the tags, just before I'm using them, I will stitch them around the edges, and it just gives it a little bit more dimension. It just adds something to the tags. Just line it up properly. And because I've used Cosmic Shimmer, I'll give it a little smudge with my bone folder, just to make sure that the glue's spread evenly. And again, I'll just distress around the edges and a little bit onto the paper because it's a bit of a stark white. So I'll just age it so that you can use it. It'd look lovely this in a vintage journal, or even on the front of a greetings card. You know, you could fix it onto the front of a card. So, oh, there we go. I keep threatening to buy myself a crocodile, do they call them? I can't remember. And what I do have here, somewhere in my stash, some of the, I don't know the proper name for them, reinforcer, do they call them? I'm not sure. Well, if I could get them off, there we go. And they just go over the hole and it just strengthens where you've put the hole in the card, because if you're using a ribbon, or I tend to use a lot of twine or string on my tags, and sometimes it can tear at the card, so if you put the reinforcers across the hole, it just strengthens them. So there's another tag just made from scraps, just using a poly little bits. And there we go, that's another one. I like that one, it's nice. So, shall we do another one? Let's do another one. I'm going to finish this one off. This was some paper from the paper pack that I bought, or one of the paper packs that I bought in England. Sorry if my head's in the way there. And it was this wasn't, I don't think, from the works. And I can't remember how much I